Welcome to our third newsletter for 2020. The last 10 days have been an extraordinarily challenging time for this community as we've tried to come to terms with the tragic loss of Tom Barnett. As we move forward, some of the challenges that we commit to include continuing to support the Barnett family and Tom's friends, being acutely attuned to the needs of each of the young men entrusted to our care, and the monitoring and provision of support where it's needed. And the other thing we need to do is review all aspects of our college operation, including curriculum and wellbeing programs, to make certain that they're supporting a healthy recovery for all of us as we deal with the trauma of Tom's death. I'd like to acknowledge the extraordinary outpouring of sympathy and offers of support that the college has received over the last 10 days. We've received them from individuals, from other secondary schools, including many Catholic secondary schools across the state and locally. We've contacted each of them to thank them for their kindness. Professional advice is really clear on the healing power of returning to normal routines following such an event. And as a result, while it would seem appropriate to have this newsletter dedicated only to speaking about the follow-up to Tom's death, it's important that we try and return the newsletter, along with everything else, to business as usual. The leadership team have been moving towards the development of a business continuity plan in the event that the coronavirus pandemic prevents us from conducting classes as normal. At this point, these are contingencies only, and we'll be following the advice that we've received to be alert but not alarmed. We're not stockpiling toilet paper either, you'll be pleased to know. As part of the planning though, we're reviewing all our scheduled overseas travel. At this point, the Victorian Young Leaders to China Year 9 group have had their program postponed until further notice. No decisions have been taken regarding any other scheduled trips at this time. We're awaiting advice regarding the proposed visit from our sister school in Milan, Italy, scheduled for during Term 2. Our advice to students is to be even more conscious than normal of personal hygiene and hand washing, and coughing to your elbow, not your hands. We ask that families be extremely vigilant regarding students showing any flu-like symptoms, and that should a boy be sick, he's assessed by a GP and remain at home if he's ill. Last Wednesday was Ash Wednesday, the start of the season of Lent. The Lenten period of 40 days, although actually it's 46 including the Sundays, commemorates Jesus' withdrawal into the desert for 40 days for a period of fasting and prayer. Lent leads up to Easter Sunday and the resurrection. And as part of our Lenten observance, Catholics are expected to fast on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, fasting being defined as one main meal and two smaller meals. Additionally, we shouldn't eat meat on Fridays during Lent, but of course it's possible to fulfil this requirement while not really being true to its intentions. For example, going without sausages, the ones you plan to eat, and substituting them with a crayfish instead. It's not really within the spirit of Lent and fasting. So the focus of penance through the duration of Lent, the going without has really been a tradition. But there's another form of penance that involves being more attentive to the needs of others. And perhaps that's a more contemporary way for us to observe Lent. And finally, I want to inform the community of a significant staff change. Terry Fowler has been our business manager for the last 12 years and has done an incredible job overseeing a growth phase. Terry has been a strong advocate for keeping our school fees as low as possible, and it's really as a direct result of his advocacy and leadership in this area that St Joseph's has the lowest fees of any like school in the EREA network. We wish Terry well in retirement, and I'm pleased to announce the appointment of Mr Andrew Dowd as our college business manager. God bless.